Damn, I got the wrong camera up. Shit. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. We got our guest host up on first. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here. As always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So the shit's hit the fan. Jerry Jones is looking for an off-ramp from El Paso with Micah Parsons. Is this just the usual bullshit from Jerry Jones where he just wants to keep himself in the news, or is this shit actually real? Micah Irvin had an interview with him today that literally went on for an hour. The first 45 minutes or first 40 minutes of it was literally just rehashing the documentary and everything else. It was really the last 20 minutes that really got into Micah Parsons, where in the end, Jerry Jones looked dead-eyed, and I swear it looked like AI, looked at Michael Irvin and said, Michael, you should get Micah Parsons and you and me go work this thing out. So I want to bring in my man Simus, because, see, I'm old school. In other words, I'm old, okay? Simus, another one of us old head YouTubers and things in here, and I want to get his perspective because, see, he believes that this is more Jerry Jones bullshit, and I have to agree with him 100%. So welcome aboard. I see Karen's the first one up in there commenting. Welcome, Karen. How are you doing tonight? All right, so Simus, welcome to the Joe Boo Sports Report. It's been too long since we've been getting together. One thing, let me remind you, I think I'm about 10 years older than you are, and I'm getting a little bit more forgetful. So the last time we got together, I said, make sure we get back together and do some more stuff together, and I just forgot. So you need to remind this old head who's getting the lunch and everything else going and stuff. So Simus, introduce yourself to everybody if you don't mind, and tell us a little about your channel.
What's going on, everybody? I'm SimusSays. My channel, of course, is SimusSays. I'm a little bit more rough edge when it comes to Cowboys, and a lot more blunt and a lot more hard line when it comes to Dallas Cowboys. I'm a native Dallas Texan. I love this team. I love this organization. I'm a third generation Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm from South Oak Cliff, which is a suburb of Dallas, Texas. I make YouTube content, of course, and I'm trying to venture out into other things, but primarily it's about the Cowboys. And as I always tell people all the time, it ain't a name on the back of the jersey. It's about the star. Its names come and go, and the star remains.
Amen on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, appreciate you coming back in here tonight. Here's what I want to do is I want to play, because I don't know if you heard this or not, but this is kind of like the most pointed part of the interview that Michael Irvin had. Now, you know, all of the television people, of course, are coming to YouTube now and just trying to push us all aside. But Michael Irvin, this was definitely a good piece of work here. Let's listen in.
The number to be up with the quarterback. And so at that particular time, that was the holdup. We finally bridged that gap and got that done.
Oh, so
And he, of course, became the highest running back ever paid at that time.
And I always thought that that's what he wanted, because I remember coming to you and said, Jerry, I don't care if you give him $1 more than Thurman Thomas, get him in camp. I remember us having that.
That wasn't the case. That was not the case.
So that's what I had. I remember having that argument with you.
I went back a little too far. I'm sorry. Let's go forward, because you can only take so much.
When we didn't sign him, and we didn't do well our first two games. He was an integral part of what we were doing. But at that particular time, we got that worked out and went on to win a Super Bowl, as you recall.
Yeah, and Dak is the quarterback, and Jerry, quarterback position, you can really, you even though it's been unfortunate for Dak, he's had some injuries and everything. How much does that play into it? That okay, even Dak, who's a protected guy at quarterback, had those injuries, and now you're talking about a guy like Michael, who is not as protected at running around. So I got to ascertain from what you said to me earlier that this thing also counts into your understanding of this contract negotiation.
Okay, Mike, I'd like to turn the table on you a little bit and say, which is the most the most important increment the top-rated quarterback
No doubt.
or the top-rated pass rusher?
Yeah, no doubt. Top-rated quarterback. No doubt.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what Dak had going for him because he was out of contract. And Micah is a pass rusher, outstanding. We need him to win,
Yeah.
and we should have him to win. We can have him 3 years, like it is right now. We can have him 3 years
You don't want to do
without having a disagreement. He should though, in my mind, because he'd be the highest guaranteed player ever on defense. Was what he's been offered.
And okay, and I'll let it go at that. I'll let it go at that. I'll drop this one thing on you because this is.
When we wanted to send the details to the agent told us to stick it up our ass.
Oh, wait. Now, see, I was
Just so you're clear.
Wait. What do you mean? So wait.
Well,
what do you mean? Because people are going to ask.
Mike and I talked.
Okay, so Simon, so you see how evasive Jerry was with this, right?
Right.
You know, he was going to be the highest paid, guaranteed paid. So, you know, what people will, you know, I think he's trying to win a court of public opinion and make the agent the bad guy. But I'm not sure that worked. But I still think that this is all part of the show, that the Netflix series is over and he wants to stay in that limelight. What do you think?
I definitely think it, you know, before I even knew about the Netflix situation, it's just how Jerry Jones have been in the 2000s. Mm-hmm. And in the latter parts of the 2000s, or I like to say post-COVID 2000s, Jerry, he don't care. Mm-hmm. Once he got that gold jacket, it was like, okay, I'm on the Mount Everest of great owners worldwide, not just NFL, but worldwide. So I got it all. I got 3 rings. I got the accolades. When I go to the owners meeting, they wait for me more than Roger Goodell. My word is law. Mm-hmm. That's how you feel. It's a narcissist thing. But also, I believe Jerry Jones have found not just media, your 3 networks, the Foxes and the CBS and the ABCs, all that's dead.
Oh,
he's found social media. Mm-hmm. And what I've been saying, and I hate to plug, but what I've been saying on my channel,
shout out to SimusSays.
He went and got someone that understands how TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, all of this works. Because they don't. Does Stephen Jones know? No.
Nope.
Does the wife know? No. Does Jerry know? Does Will McClay know? No. They went, and of course, you have to look at it like this also. Micah is the president of the Gridiron thing.
Bleacher Report. Right.
Yeah. And with the podcast, with him being with the podcast, with him being CEO, of course, this is why Jerry felt, I don't have to deal with your agent. You know how this goes. I've sat with you and talked to you. You still got 3 years left on your deal, where people were saying, oh, he's so loyal to come to camp. No. 3 years, get your ass to work, whether you like it or not. So it's a whole different thing. But bottom line, this thing is done. I already know it's done. Everybody is just playing their part. It's a funny thing because have we just heard Michael going, we're old, like you said, we're old heads.
Yeah.
We've seen this. Emmitt Smith did not show up.
Boom.
It took a Charles Haley helmet to get them to sign Emmitt Smith. We have seen this too many times. I remember the DeMarco Murray versus Dez Bryant, only one's going to get the contract situation. We've seen this too many times. Oh, Jerry just said it. I sat with Jay-Z. Oh, and we said all night, and he said he was going to do this with Dez, and he was going to do that with that, and none of it happened. And then, of course, he's seen his investment fall last year. Let's just be honest. I invested all this money into a quarterback. Yeah, he got hurt. But let's talk about the games before he got hurt. Now, here we are again. But this time, I'm finna milk y'all because the problem isn't the NFL. It isn't that. If I keep pushing this out to the week we play Philly, if I keep pushing this out, we're going to have some fun with this. I keep pushing it like he did Dak. Remember, we didn't know Dak got his deal till damn near kickoff against
It damn sure was. At 11:30 is when it came across.
Right. So, and you got to look at it like if a man is so arrogant, the man that pretty much helped him become a dynasty, if you wait until you get on the road at Carolina and announce, yeah, we're going to finally let him into our Ring of Honor. Not at AT&T Stadium.
Right.
In Charlotte. And they stopped the game. Gave this man a few minutes.
Yep.
This is all a media ploy. That's it. They can't come out. And I know they told Micah, don't do this. Micah has a loud mouth around him. His name's Terrence Parsons.
Oh, my God. Yeah. His brother.
Yeah.
brother. Oh, shit. Yes.
He can't do that. He can't just, oh, yeah, I got the money. Because they know Terrence is going to run right to my brother.
Yeah. He did it back in March.
Hey. So it's like, shut up. We know what we're going to do. He's got to somehow take it. Remember, this game, week 1, Sunday night, week 1. World champion, the banner roll out. I got to take some of this from them.
That's right.
I'm going to take some of this from them. If we can't beat them in the game, well, damn it, we're going to beat them in the headlines. And he know more than a banner roll out is because the fans, whether you Cowboy Nation, even the Eagles, because, the Eagles think how we going to make a deal? How we going to make a deal? Or anybody. I've seen them AIs of New England jerseys. I've seen the Raider jersey. It's just like these are the same organizations that said they wouldn't want Parsons. Now that we
scrambling to try and make a deal.
Yeah. Everybody is so desperate for information. A Twitter guy, a social like me and you, a regular Twitter guy put out, Packers are going to trade for Michael Parsons, and boom, everybody ran for it. Quick, like it's already done. In my eye, it's already done. We won't find out until the week of Philly, because he wants to take his arrogance. This has nothing to do with Terrence, Micah, or the agent. It's just they're playing their game. The agent know I'm going to get paid. I know what Michael Parsons want. Now I'm not his agent or nothing, but I want all my money, not a little bit of my guarantee. I want the whole. I want to be the first NFL player. If you sign me for $100 million, I want $100 million up front. You're gonna give me all my. And I'm not mad at it, but it to me, I just say it's the code of the Cowboys, established 1960. It's just we got to make a grand ploy doing something. I mean, this is the same organization that showed people how to draft. This is the same organization that brought in the shotgun formation. These are the kings of Monday Night Football. And like if you say Howard Cosell, you got to say the Dallas Cowboys. Like I had just told everybody just a minute ago in my live, I was like, we're still the only organization to ever have, our cheerleaders, a movie, and a movie called Debbie Does Dallas.
Right. There you go. It's always about the media. But you know
what I mean?
Yeah.
And so now, if you keep milking it and you seeing John Machota and Law Nation and Mark Holmes and SimusSays and everybody talking about it, it's like, man, this is the new media. And now they got their fans talking on everybody's speculating. And we wake up every day. Okay, today's the day. Today's the day. Not me. I'm like, here we go with more of this soap opera. This is like All My Children or something. It's just like they know what they're doing.
But they know what
they're doing.
I tell you what,
it's
though.
Funny.
It was actually, I think that Jerry Jones had a reinforcement about what he does. And that's why in training camp he went crazy. Because if you looked at when we ended up hiring Brian Schottenheimer, I was still amazed that Brian Schottenheimer was the first one to speak. And it was kind of like Jerry and Stephen Jones took second fiddle. And throughout most of the offseason, you kept seeing Brian Schottenheimer. You didn't really hear from Jerry. You didn't hear from him during the combine. You didn't hear from him much from the draft and everything else. And it seemed like the team was being run like a regular team.
Right.
And then lo and behold, we get to training camp. I think Jerry Jones woke up and said, you know what? They're not covering us the same way. I need to do, like he says, be that drama. I need to stir this shit up. So he came out day one of the press conference and went ahead, shots at Micah Parsons and stuff about paying him. He missed 6 games last year. It's like Jerry was only 4. And he still was all pro and had 12 sacks. Well, did I pay Terrence Steele and Diggs too soon? And so it was like you almost felt like the show 24. The first year, it was kind of crazy, but it was kind of like believable. But every year, they had to take it up another notch and another notch. Well, last year was CeeDee Lamb, and it was the 21st when we signed him. So I think Jerry Jones thinks, I got to up the ante a little bit more along with the Netflix. So he's just kind of like on steroids here, just trying to drop a bomb. And now that the Netflix is over, I feel like he's looking for the off-ramp to kind of get this thing done. That's where he was on Fox earlier today, and he was talking about
tour now.
Right. He was talking about, with Micah, he's got to understand that, we got to be able to spread the money around. We had Charlotte on Monday talking about divvying up the pie, and it's like, wait a minute, are we back to the fucking pie again?
Back to the pie, yep.
You can sign. Look, you got $31 million right now. You get Micah's done, and see, everybody keeps saying, well, we can keep him on the franchise tag for 2 more years, but that's hard money on the cap. That $24 million is hard right now. You get his deal done, you cut that to about 10 to 12. Next year, just like you did with CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee Lamb's cap number this year is only $14 million, even though he's getting paid $34. So there's those triggers. It would actually give you more space over the next 3 years to sign him to a deal because you have flexibility. So to me, like you said, it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's going to be done.
He's penny pinching. You were bringing up the contracts. Everybody remember Zeke who?
Oh, man.
Zeke who?
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
And he turned around and they made T-shirts of it. Like, it was just like, look, I got me another merchandise pull.
Yep.
Zeke who? It's this. Now we're here. He gets a chance. Here we go. Micah has an ego. Micah's kind of arrogant. Jerry has an ego.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be the first to get all my money.
Yep.
Not a little bit. Not 99.9999. I want all my money. And Jerry once this goes public, once Adam Schefter gets a hold of it, breaking news. Micah, the first player in history. There it is. And Jerry see, I did that. I did that.
The cynical side of me says, because everybody always talks about Dak Prescott, the highest paid. It's almost like Jerry Jones put that number out there, and you notice nobody has come anywhere close to it. They say maybe Lamar Jackson may get his deal before the season starts and may surpass it. But again, that's another one of those controversial things that you have. People say, well, Dak, he's a bum and all that. Dak brings in more views for everybody because he is the lightning rod that everybody talks about. Dak the choker. Dak is overpaid, highest paid. And that's all part of Jerry Jones' thing to me. You can look at New England that won all the Super Bowls they did. You can look at the Eagles that have been to 3 Super Bowls in the last 8 years. And nobody is within $2.5 billion in value of Jerry Jones. And I hate to say it because it hurts. We ain't done shit in 30 years. But yet, here we are. We can have a losing shitty season like the Commanders normally do and still get more primetime games than anybody else.
Because they are the Dallas Cowboys. And Jerry loves the media. As I say all the time, Jerry, in his way of, people have always heard him say, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win. In his mind, he's winning because he still gets ratings. He still gets revenue. If you go look back on the 2024 games and look at the top 10 games, win or lose, the Cowboys been there maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
He knows it. I'm guaranteed a Monday night. I'm guaranteed a Thursday. I'm guaranteed on Sunday night. And of course, you're going to sit there
Thanksgiving.
with your turkey and dumplings on Thanksgiving, and you going to either love me or hate me.
But
He
you gonna
knows
watch
it.
me.
You think people aren't going to watch Pat Mahomes and the Dallas Cowboys? Come on. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Like, pretty much. He knows it.
Your
He knows.
advice,
Cowboys
your
lose
advice to
38-0.
everybody is don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's done.
Yeah,
All right.
it's done, y'all. I'm sorry. It's done. There's this thing. We call it hopium.
Hopium. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't heard that one before. Okay.
Okay.
Hopium.
Shout out to my boy Teflon Breed.
Okay.
We call it hopium. What hopium is a delusional fan, and you want to, woulda, coulda, shoulda, and you want to hope and hope and hope, but it ain't gonna happen. Like, we're not contenders this year. Signing Michael Parsons does not guarantee I don't know about everybody else. I'm an old guy. I've seen the Super Bowls. So it's easy to look at a team and go, we got it. I look at this team and go,
we ain't got it.
We ain't got it. Exactly. We ain't got it. It's just going to be a lot harder. I don't look at the other three teams in the NFC East with envy. I look at them like we're not competing with no one. You went and got a bunch of plug-and-play players. But then when it comes to the fan base, everyone's being served hopium. We hope we might do something. We hope Michael Parsons got a contract. We hope that Schottenheimer works out. We hope we can compete in the NFC East. Knowing that the NFL is about winning Lombardi, I hope we can win a divisional round game. I hope we can win an NFC championship game. But a lot of people in those 30 years have not seen it, so their bus stops at wild card, NFC East. Here's where the hopium comes in. Hopium is when you look out there on the field, you see Elam, you see Solomon Thomas, you hope Andrew Booth can do a little inkling of what he just done last weekend. That's hopium. We hope, but you better lower your expectations a little bit. Micah got his deal, but they're not going to give it up to the week. And I mean, maybe after the Thursday injury report, that's when, I believe in my heart, that's when they'll give it up. That's when they'll go, okay, yeah, all right, let's release it. Call Adam Schefter. Because I know that's going to be the first person they call, and then it'll just slowly start trickling down to everybody else. And poor Mark, he's going to push Michael Anthony out of the way, and he's going to come back. He gonna come get y'all that content real quick, and I don't blame him. But I want him to come. I want Mark or anybody else to come back to this point. We're being bamboozled, and I don't like that from the owner, the GM. Yeah. I don't like being played with. We're grown men. We're grown women. We should not have to get paid with. We get played with. It's not right. You know what you did, and for you to use us in your soap opera, listen, if you want to be the ringmaster in the Dallas Cowboys version of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, stop making us in the audience look like fools. It's not right. Some of us travel from all over the world to get to Collins and Randall Mill Road over there in Arlington. And you're not giving us what we want. There are people right now excited to go see the final preseason game tomorrow night. And this will be their first and probably only chance all year going to see the Cowboys.
Man, they've been unwatchable, man, even on TV.
Oh, Jesus. I
don't want to ever see Joe Milton in at quarterback again. I'm like, damn, man, your wide receivers aren't even getting any work. But see, you and I have seen and are old enough to have remembered what those teams were like. And that's what I try and tell people. People always say, well, Dak, he's got his great moments and he's human too and messes up as well. But people don't realize how good a teams and players we had across the board. I challenge people. I said, if you really know the Dallas Cowboys in football, I challenge you to find the weak spot in the Dallas Cowboys offense, between 92 and 95. Where was the weak link?
We didn't have one.
Thank you. You know,
we didn't have one.
We're sitting
even
here,
in '94.
right?
The only weak part we had in '94 was Jimmy leaving, Barry Switzer coming in. Remember, we still went to the NFC Championship game with Switzer's first year. They didn't have one. It was just the coaches. We can woulda, coulda, shoulda. Now we're gonna sound like the Netflix. And I ain't watching it. I refuse to watch it.
You know what? See, Simon, you and I are exactly like. I refuse to watch it because it's like, I've seen enough Jerry Jones. This is all about him pumping him up. But I'm going to go through this list, though. This is the 92 Dallas Cowboys Pro Bowlers and All Pros, okay? Thomas Everett, free safety, Pro Bowler. Daryl Moose Johnson, Pro Bowler. Ken Newton Jr., Pro Bowler, All Pro second team. Jay Novacek, Pro Bowler. Darren Woodson, Pro Bowler, AP, MVP, AP, offensive player, fifth in MVP voting, defensive player of the year. Sixth, Troy Aikman, fifth in MVP voting in AP. You had Darren Smith, AP, Emmitt Smith, everything. MVP, you had Mark Spignowski, Pro Bowler, Russell Maryland, Pro Bowler. You just go down the list. Michael Irvin, All Pro, second team. Alvin Harper, Pro Bowler. Moose Johnson, Pro Bowler. I mean, you don't have that kind of talent like this anywhere across the board. We still don't even really know who left tackle's going to be. Is Tyler Guyton, are we going to be happy if Tyler Guyton is healthy enough to play without having a training camp?
Right. And let's not forget, the key component of those 90 teams was our general manager. His name was Jimmy Johnson.
There you go.
And a lot of people got to understand, we growing. First of all, one of the reasons, and I hate to backtrack, I was at the Super Bowl in Pasadena. I was there. I still got that little cutout when Michael Jackson did the Heal the World thing.
Man.
I was there. I was at the 92 championship when we finally beat the 49ers. I was there. And I heard about 30,000 49er fans go, "Oh no!" when Alvin Harper caught that pass. I always tell people one of the greatest sounds in the world is to be at Candlestick Park and to see this dirty white jersey cross that logo, and you hear all these fans go, "Oh no!" and to see a grown man cry was extra special. I get into it. I could just tell a story about that. But anyway, our general manager sucks. And the unfortunate part is we're stuck with him. Instead of him going to get a real general manager, a real football general manager, hell, you can make Jimmy, he just left Fox. Why can't you put him in the ring? Why can't you just go, you know what, Jimmy, help me? Your ego won't just say, what do we need? Help me.
Not only GM, the fact that you got Stephen Jones and his marketplace grill guy, okay, most people don't realize his assistant, his last job before working with the Dallas Cowboys was training staff for Marketplace Grill. And he's worked his way up the ranks, and he's the number 2 guy for the cap. So you look at this and say, y'all are such penny pinchers. How difficult would it be to pay a guy $500,000, $1 million who just understands contracts and the cap? You just sign off on these things because let's be clear. The Cowboys, as much as Jerry Jones is trying to, stiff Micah Parsons or we're trying to make sure we save some pie. You guys done fucked up the pie. Y'all done ate up all the pie with the Michael Gallup ones, the Terrence Steele ones, the Jalen Smith ones. You can go down through here where they've wasted money. And you start thinking that if they had gotten Micah Parsons done last year and saved about $8-9 million, that's Derrick Henry. Now, everybody talks about Derrick Henry. Oh, well, if we got Derrick, he wouldn't have helped us last year. But what would Derrick Henry do if he was on this roster right now?
Look at us now with our running back corps.
I don't know that our running back core is better than last year. Talk me off the ledge.
Horrible.
Talk me off the ledge.
It's did I freeze up?
No, you're good.
It's horrible. Like I like Phil Maffa. I like Jaden Blue. Everything else.
Sanders in last week looked like he had no vision whatsoever, and he looked as slow as Zeke. I think
Look,
he's going
Troy
to be.
Hambrick.
I think Troy Hambrick. Damn.
He looked real Troy Hambrick out there.
Like Troy Hambrick today. Okay.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like I'd rather have Randall the thief. I'd rather have
Oh
him.
man, Joseph Randall. Oh shit, the underwear.
Yeah,
bandit.
like,
Okay.
man,
Well,
we're hurting right now.
do you have any hope for this season? I mean, I look at it and
No.
say, we're going to have a great passing game, and it's going to be, it's going to be, we either going to live by the sword or die by the sword, and we're going to be probably throwing Dak's arm completely off by the end of the season. That
If
running
he's
game,
even the way our offensive line look, if he's even here by the end of the season, and we ain't got to deal with Joe Satchel Paige Milton.
oh God.
And we've seen enough. I don't even know why they're even playing him. I keep telling. I don't know. Let's go in another direction because we all of us we've seen enough.
That is the Trey Lance all over again, man. They did the same thing with Trey Lance. Played him every single game, every snap, and then it's all of a sudden okay. Now Cooper Rush has got to play, and he hasn't had any preseason.
Right.
So, in your mind, is Shoddy set up to fail? To be the fall guy?
This year, no. If it's still the same results as it might look this year, yes. And the reason why I say that because Jerry know they gave this man a sinking ship already. They want him to go down there, plug the holes, and get the ship from coast to coast. With this, so they'll give you like anybody. No, excuse me. Like anybody else, they're going to give you a chance. But we as fans, I know me as an older fan, I'm impatient. We went through this since the Dave Campos. We went through this with Bill Parcells. We went through this with Wade Phillips, Jason chance. We've been giving coaches chances since the 90s.
Yep.
Since everybody like talking about the 90s, we've been giving coaches chances since the 90s. And the fact that remains is Jerry Jones. The general manager part is Jerry Jones. It's sorry about that. Like, it definitely needs a lot of change. A lot of it needs a lot of change, and it ain't gonna happen. So next year, you're not gonna get those. You're in bad shape if you don't do right. You're in bad shape, and I hate to say it like that. Every coach deserves a chance, but you're not gonna get a long shot at this. You're not gonna get a Mike McCarthy kind of chance. You can forget it. Well, if you don't get it right, you're done.
Let me welcome everybody into the chat right now. I've got SimusSays joining me tonight. His link is pinned up at the top there. Definitely check out his channel and stuff. We're old heads, and I actually need to go ahead and get together with my old heads more often because, see, we've got a different perspective than some of you younger people. We actually have seen the Dallas Cowboys win and things. And tonight's not my normal night to do stuff, but we're doing this because of the whole Michael Irvin interview with Jerry Jones. And I feel like the pivot is actually happening in front of us, from Jerry Jones doing the build-up for the whole Netflix special to now, we're 2 weeks away tonight. How can he build up the hype for the Eagle game? And, of course, keep Micah Parsons in there. Because, Simon, here's what's funny to me is last year when CeeDee Lamb was going through his stuff, right, Micah Parsons was the one that was saying, hey, we know this is all business and everything else. He's going to get his money and everything else, right? Talking the talk like, basically you are too, that, everything's going to be fine. This is just the way it is. It's publicity. Right. To go from that to now, seeing him the way that he's pouting, it's almost like thou protest too much. Seeing him leaning there, looking all pathetic and sad. He looks like a 5-year-old that mom says you can't go out and play with your friends. And it just seems like it's a little bit more, you know what I mean, that it really should be there.
He has a future in acting. I'll tell you that. He has. I give it to him. Like that man, he's a sportsman's. He better win an ESPY for that kind of acting. He's doing a good job to ripping the jersey off, to sitting in the corner pouting.
Yep.
It's good. But if you didn't have your money, you're not going to be there. I wouldn't be there. 3 years, 5 years. If you sitting down with my agent working out a deal, no, because you can get injured at practice, and it's just like I ain't going to be here. Somebody could. Listen, we see what happened with CeeDee Lamb and the ref in the LA game. Like, how you won't run out there and tear? We've seen guys jump up and tear their Achilles. I would be out. I would be like Diggs. I'd go somewhere else and practice or train. No, you're there. Your problem is Terrence Parsons. Y'all know if y'all listen mouth, because that's what I call them. Mm-hmm. Don't talk. We're saving this for Philly. We're saving this for Philly week. We gotta have some kind of momentum going up to Philadelphia. And we need more than the game, and you know that. Philly fans or Rabbit fans, they think they're finna just chew on us. It's like the Roman arena.
Bro, that's already started.
Right. And it's like we need, not even us as fans, the organization needs something. They want to keep it in the bag. They've been later and later. They almost did it with Zeke, and then they had the Zeke controversy of Zeke who. Tad or Dak's brother, well, you know what? I don't think we're going to be here no more. I think we should look elsewhere. Dak got his money. Mm-hmm. Parsons put out that thing, I believe his agent, well, I want to be traded. If you want to be traded, why are you showing up at camp?
Right, and wearing your jersey and everything, right?
Right.
In the team huddle last night. Right.
Right. It's just, I hate that our beloved organization has turned into, it's turned into a show. It's really turned into, it's one big rolling reality show. Well, why you want to watch? It's like, and we're stuck. They proved everybody right, and that's what hurts me the most. Is Cowboys? We've always been accused. We're stuck in the '90s. We're stuck in the '90s. We're stuck in the '90s. Well, look what Netflix just did.
They're still spending that money on them. Now, see, here's where people think that, oh, well, Micah Parsons won't play games this year. Hate to tell you, the difference between this year and what he used to get, like, say, last year, his cap numbers last year, his game checks, divide $5.5 million is what his regular salary would have been. Divide that by 17 games. This year, it's 24. So you're talking about $1.4 million for every one of those games. I don't think he'd miss any games, even if this is bullshit. He's going to play, or he's going to be on the sidelines and on that roster somehow. But again, I still think it's all bullshit. He's signed. He's done.
It's bullshit. We'll see him Sunday night. You'll see him out there. We're Low Foul and the rest of the guys. Like he's gonna be out there. Don't worry about it. Like, he's gonna be out there. I don't like I said, I don't like what they're doing to us as fans. I can't stand it. It shouldn't be like this. We're not about winning no more. We're about press. We sell a lot of jerseys and controversy and social media. I can't, rumors. Well, I can't stand it.
Vinny, here's the thing, Vinny. He has a contract for this year. He's on the fifth-year option, which is $24 million. Next year, the franchise tag projected to be for defensive ends is $27 million. Okay? And so then it's the 25 or 30% increase that you have to do on that to do the next one. So technically, if you really look at it, hard money-wise, if the Cowboys were to franchise tag him twice and this fifth-year option, you're talking about $80 million of the cap over the next 3 years, as opposed to getting him a long-term deal. You're probably looking at about half of that in actual cap dollars. Because, see, the thing is Jerry tries to sell you that we ain't got any money, you can't spend money. Now, the Eagles, they looked at it proactively, and they kicked all their numbers down the road. You know, Eagle fans will laugh and say, oh, look, Dak Prescott's $50 million this year, and Jalen Hurts is only like 30. But in 2029, he's a $90 million cap hit. They've got $280 million in 2029, but they're looking at it from the standpoint that the television contract is going to be ripped up and the salary cap is going to explode, and we'll just be able to restructure it and just deal with it back then. And the Cowboys could do that same thing, but we still have the 31 right now. They should be, instead of dealing with Micah, if they were a regular team, they would be working on Tyler Smith and possibly Deron Bland and getting those out of the way before they balloon up anymore. But we're not that kind of an organization.
Yeah, and like you said, there's that domino effect. Okay, Micah gets his deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's come back around. Now we got to do this with Tyler Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got to do this with Deron Bland.
Mm-hmm.
If he stays healthy, we got to do this for Overshown. And people, let's not forget, Brandon Aubrey needs some money too.
Oh yeah, definitely. He definitely gonna get paid.
He needs some money, and we ain't talking. Oh, we're gonna give him regular kicker money.
No.
Like, no, you're gonna have to get. Now you talk about a person that could really bitch and whine about, but he won't.
Mm-hmm.
He won't. I mean, seriously, he won't do it. So this is not. We got probably 5 straight years, and God willing, he stay healthy. Let's talk about Overshown.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 5 straight years of the Michael, probably longer than that. With Zeke, CD, Dak,
Zach Martin.
We're here. Yeah, we're here at Zach Martin, Parsons, Bland. Come on,
Tyler
y'all.
Smith.
Diggs. Like, this is going to be a long-standing thing till, let's say, 2030. It's just, we're going to go from one headache to another headache, and I don't want to hear shit about no pie.
Well, there is one thing that might change all of that, and I don't mean to bring up somebody's life, but
Right.
Jerry Jones is 82. My dad was 85, and he just passed. So he's getting up there in that age, where I know you got a lot of money, but money don't buy you extra years. So, Momo, what's your question? Mark, please answer my question, please. Okay. Momo, I'll get to your question later. Commander fans, just shut up. Okay, just shut up. But Jerry Jones, to me, at 82, I would think that Jerry Jones would say, this is kind of the time to really go all in. And then, he spoke on Micah Parsons saying he literally believed that, about 4 years of the last 4 years, we've had a team good enough to win a Super Bowl. I'd say that you were close, but you needed to top that thing off. If we had a defensive tackle and a second wide receiver and things like 2 years ago, you might look at that and say, yeah, we can do something like that, or another offensive lineman. That's the thing that really has killed me is we have good teams and the Cowboys just kind of stop there and say, we're good. Instead of saying, let's go out here and be proactive. We're sitting here right now knowing it's not like it's news that Diggs is not going to be ready to start the season. We've had all off season to figure this out, right? We got Savon Ravel, same situation. So here it is. We're about to take on the Eagles, and they went ahead and signed, I can't remember who they signed earlier this past week, but a guy who's hasn't played in the NFL since 22, and think, we can just plug that guy in here. He hasn't been here, but that's okay. We're good. And
a guy not named Stephon Gilmore.
Right.
That's what I call the guy we just signed. Like, his name ain't
perfect.
Stephon Gilmore.
Perfect. And it's like, why don't we actually go out and get legitimate players? As much as I hate the Eagles, when they let a guy go, they look and say, how can I find a guy better?
Mm-hmm.
We look and say, well, whatever we got here, that'll work. I mean, we literally went into the playoffs with a safety as a linebacker.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff we do. And then we wonder, well, we can't get to the NFC Championship game. And if you look at ESPN, and I'm not going to say that they're perfect, but they've got our coaching staff as the 4th worst. They've got our running game dead last. They've got our offensive line, I think, at 19. The only thing they have, wide receiver core they have at 9. Dak Prescott at 11. Everything else is 18 or above, group-wise. And so what'll happen as soon as the season starts, they'll say, well, Cowboys are Super Bowl contenders, and I don't see how it is when you look at those position groups like that.
I honestly think this is going to be the first year they don't say that. I think this is going to be the pointing and laughing year when it comes to the big networks, is because they see it. I've been seeing it. I was saying it last year. Like I said last year, it's only going to get worse this year, and here we are. Mm-hmm. And it's just they didn't, like you were saying. I can start at 07. You gave us enough, but you didn't give us enough to push us over the hump. 2016 was one of the worst things I ever seen in my life. You knew the Randy Gregory situation.
Yeah.
You knew it. And instead of you going to get another defensive end somewhere, you was just like, oh, we're going to deal with it. What happened in that final game against Philly? He got suspended.
Mm-hmm.
It's like and I'm not going to say they, Jerry Jones only gives, it's like, all right, y'all going to watch regardless. Okay, if it was about winning, he's going to put us in place to win. This year, look at it. There were pieces out there you could have brought in, but you didn't do it.
The ante just went up. Micah Parsons has changed his Twitter to Micah78. Even if I fall, I will rise. The Lord is my light. There's no more Cowboys pictures on there.
They playing this game. I mean, it's...
I love how social media is. The ultimate is, I unfollow you. Okay. I unfollow you.
They're going to keep playing. They're going to keep playing this game. Micah Parsons is playing week 1, but they gotta play this game. We got time. Training camp just ended, right?
Yeah.
So they got time to bullshit around, but they got time to bullshit around, and we still got all next week. Mm-hmm. Jerry over here talking about what the owner said, and he didn't even say shove it up his ass. That's Jerry just talking, because he turned around and said, it's not good enough. All Micah and that guy they want all the money. Jerry is a penny pincher. Mm-hmm. He don't want to give up all the money. He's afraid because it ain't about him.
But you know what, though, Simon? Just think about this for a second. Even with all of the mistakes and everything he's had, even though he's paid guys that didn't deserve to get paid,
right? You're
still worth $2.5 billion more than the next franchise, the biggest franchise in the world. You got 2 helicopters, a blue and a white one, a his and hers. You got a yacht that's the length of a football field. You've got all of these different businesses. That's all just part of doing business, the bad contracts.
Let's not forget owning most of Frisco, Texas.
Right. So, I mean, come on. What are you risking at 82? Your great-great-grandchildren can't spend all the money you're worth right now. So what is it that he's risking? He even went on today, and it was just like, no, you didn't. He pulled out the whole thing. If it was about writing a check, I'd write me the biggest check you've ever seen to win the Super Bowl. Okay. Well, one of those checks might be getting Micah. Another one might be going to get Stephon Gilmore. Another one might be making a trade for a defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? How about a bunch of little checks that go together to make a big check to win it all? You know what I'm saying? You're full of shit. Okay.
He when that mic is in his face.
Oh, shit.
When the press is around. Remember, we have heard this man say everything from a man's genitalia to glory hole, to how he takes subliminal shots at his players. Oh, how he lands his helicopter
in the middle of practice
while they're practicing. Like,
who does that?
Right?
Who does that? I can't understand it, but
I love this team, but the circus part, I hate.
People ask me, why are you still a Cowboy fan? And my dad passed. I know you said your mom passed away recently too, right? The reason why you're a Cowboy fan is because of your mother.
Yes, of course.
And the reason I'm a Cowboy fan is because of my dad, and I still have a few things that were his that were Cowboys and things. And it's like, I can't be a fan of another team because of guys like Roger Staubach or because Tony Dorsett or Drew Pearson and things, and also because of being a little kid sitting there on the couch on Sundays watching football with him. So it's kind of like, in a marriage, I love my wife to death, but I don't love everything. There's some things my wife will do that kind of get under your skin, and she'll say the same thing.
Right.
And that's Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones for me. I love the Cowboys. I love the stadium. I love the history of it and things, but you got to take the good with the bad with it. For those out there, what's up, Duke Brothers? How are you doing tonight? Welcome. Appreciate you being in here. You got to take the good with the bad. Now, you and I have seen greatness, okay? We saw those Super Bowls against Buffalo and against the Steelers and things, and those were incredible moments. You were fortunate to see it live, man. I didn't get that chance. I would love to see them do that again. And that's why it's hard to go ahead and look and see what we see now and see how Jerry Jones, who literally took chances, he gambled. They did everything about winning with Jimmy Johnson, and now he tells you flat out, it's not about winning. It's about controversy and Netflix and everything.
Yeah. To him, he won. He's got one of the highest rated shows right now. So to him, he's won. To him, he's won because he's got the controversy with Michael Parsons and the agent. To him, he's won because I got Sunday Night Football.
Right.
The Eagles are the world champs, but we are the Cowboys.
Ain't nobody
You're
talking
going to
about
watch. You're going to watch. You're not going to watch for the banner roll out. You're going to watch either us win or you come here to watch us lose. Regardless, you're coming to watch us. So I'm winning. I'm going to keep winning. But what we want in winning is not what he wants in winning. We want a Lombardi. He wants the press. He wants Stephen A. He wants that bomb ass Skip Bayless. When they open those programs, he want to hear his name in the star, win or lose.
Okay, so let me play this real quick because this is what Ryan Clark said. He talked to Micah Parsons' agent David Magetta, and this is what he said about Jerry's comments.
I just hit David Mulligetta, and I simply asked him, I said, did you tell Jerry Jones to stick the contract up his ASS? Because I was like, ain't no way. And he laughed. And he said, I've never used that phrase in my life. So for anybody who is reporting that, for Jerry Jones saying that, this is false. This never happened. This is just another public way to make this situation, which is already ugly, even uglier.
There you go.
David Mulligetta in no way has ever told Jerry Jones or any other general manager or owner that. It's all bull crap. It's all lies.
There you go.
I'm so sick and tired of this. Like I knew when you told me about it and I went to watch it, I was surprised.
I couldn't believe you hadn't seen it because that's where I was like, I saw the whole thing. And here's the worst part about it is.
Right.
They hyped it up because they had like a 10-second clip where Jerry Jones is saying, Michael, can you get Micah and we'll get this thing worked out. So they hyped it up there. And so I said, I'm going to go ahead and watch this thing. And I'm watching it, and I'm just listening to Jerry Jones and, slobbering all over Michael Irvin, and they're talking about all the, stuff that and I'm just like, and so for 40 minutes, I'm just like, why am I watching this? And then they finally get into this thing. So now you got Jerry Jones taking it up to one level here with, hey, he told me to shove it up my ass. Okay. So now you got Micah Parsons saying, you know what? I'm done with it. And now we got him calling the agent. It's just, how much bigger can they make this thing?
Everybody took it, as you would say, literally. And I had a feeling when I heard it, I was like, no. Jerry I'm sitting up here with my guy, Irv. Irv smiled through the whole damn thing. He never stopped smiling. He was smiling from the beginning to the end. Mike started sweating. He was smiling. Jerry was smiling. They comfortable. Shit. And he said that. I'm like, wait a minute. He didn't say, but now it's too late. But now you done told him, hey, you guys, when I get in front of that camera and I get in front of my boy Mike, things can be said. Like, come on. Like, again, Real quick, this team has been a part of my family during the blue and white days of the Dallas Texans.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather used to sit at the top of the Cotton Bowl when it was segregated. And when the Texans left and went to Kansas City, my grandfather used to say, you stay loyal to home. I've been a part of this. My first game ever in my life, I really don't remember. I just go by what my uncle and my mother told me, is in her lap when we beat Denver for the Super Bowl. I love this team, the good and bad. One of my favorite players, and shaking his hand was the greatest thing in the world, was Harvey Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought of him like a god. Like I've been on his boat. Harvey Martin was everything to me. And seeing what's happened, it's like in my life, I've watched us plummet. Mm-hmm. It's like a slow dive down a hill, or falling off the Niagara Falls or something. And today, it's getting worse, but I can't say it's gonna get worse because the season's not even here yet.
Right.
It's not even here yet. And if you expecting us to go all in and to make free agent moves before the deadline,
it doesn't matter at this point.
To make the trades for the deadline ain't gonna happen.
You know, it's like last year. You know, we ended up signing Carl Lawson about this time last year, and Carl Lawson might have been actually a really good player for us had he not been on the couch until 2 weeks before the season started. He started actually playing well about middle of the season after he learned the defense and got back in shape. This is ridiculous. It's almost like they think it's fantasy football. We can just sign a guy today and plug him in, and he's going to be playing great for you. It doesn't work that way. People don't understand that it takes time. That's where I actually fell into this thinking, okay, the Cowboys, they got George Pickens early.
Right.
He's going to be here for OTAs. He's going to be here for minicamp. You know, CeeDee Lamb's not holding out. You know, Micah Parsons is working out. You know, and they signed Osa and Nigazua. I was like, all of a sudden, we're being run like a regular team. And then Jerry Jones comes in and fucks it up.
Of course. Typical. He don't want it to run like a well-oiled machine. Let's not forget, when it opened up, who was the first in the building? Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
Very first person through the door.
Every day.
Michael Parsons. Mm-hmm. Every damn day. He's the first in the building. From the very first time they opened those doors, Parsons was there. It's just, we're all comfortable. It was just even the whole, we're still waiting for you to go all in. And it's like, oh, shut up. Here, I'm going to give you Pickens.
Yeah.
Now, another thing, too, when we're talking contracts, we got a George Pickens problem next year.
Oh, man. You know he's going to play well because he knows it's about to get paid. So that will be the next controversy that we have. I guess we'll franchise tag him. See, that's actually, there's your problem.
Yeah.
You can't franchise tag Micah and George Pickens or Tyler Smith. Well, Tyler Smith will be on a 5th-year option. But, there's your problem right there.
Yeah. That's why I believe you got to do it now, and you've already done it. It's just there are a lot of loudmouths around Mr. Parsons. And so y'all are playing that game, and Micah understands how the media works. He's a young guy. He's in the media field. He understands how it works. And just like the owner GM, that's one thing they got in common. Controversy sells. Yeah. Controversy in social media, in the content era, it keeps people talking. It keeps your name relevant. It keeps the buzz going. And that's what they're doing.
The nail on the head, because you got Diggs now, who's got his YouTube channel and stuff. He just posted another edition and stuff about what he went through with the team and everything else. You know that this will be Micah Parsons' podcast talking about this, or in the off season, what he went through, every day and so on. It's more content. So
that's all it is.
So, Simus, we've been on an hour. The time has actually flown by here, man. Okay. And I tell you what, this has been incredible talking to you. And I didn't know you were actually there at that Super Bowl. That's incredible.
Yeah,
being a fan when the Dallas there was the Dallas Texans, there is no way anybody can doubt your fanhood at all. And I have thoroughly enjoyed talking with you. You
I
and
love
me
it.
both, man. I just don't
Fun
love the
fact: I
bullshit.
went to jail behind the Cowboys.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got to hear this one now. Hold up. Hold up. You went to jail for
Fun
him.
fact: I went to jail behind the
Oh,
Cowboys. All
shit.
right, this true story. True story. I'll tell it here. Sorry. I'll do it in a very safe way. Of
Okay.
course, this was the Giants Cowboys
Uh-huh.
when we lost to the Giants and Patrick Creighton in the past and everything. So I wasn't going to even watch the game. To be honest, my arrogance was at an all-time high. It was at an all-time high. I don't have to watch this. I'll come back when we play the Packers. But
Mm-hmm.
the love I had for the Cowboys, I had to watch it. So I'm watching it, and I'm frustrated. I'm mad. My mom she's called, she's crying, and this was we kind of knew what was about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So of course Tony Romo threw that pass, and R.W. McQuarters, I'll never forget his name.
Mm-hmm.
He caught that interception in the end zone. So a guy got, let's just say, this is the guy. He got right here. Ha! Jessica Simpson. So with all the strength I had in me,
Oh,
I
shit.
picked him up and
Oh, shit.
he threw him to the wall. So I didn't know this wall was that thin. So all you heard was a and the power went out.
Oh,
So I
shit.
walked out the house and I went around the corner, have a beer, and I'll tell the truth, I'm crying. I am crying like hell. So I'm enjoying my beer, sitting there crying. I come back around the corner and everybody points down at me, and here come the Sacramento Police
Oh,
Department.
man.
They cuffed me. They put me. I went down to the Sacramento County Jail, and my heart rate was running so bad. They didn't admit me. They put me in UC Davis Medical Center. So they let me out, and And so when I got my phone and I'm heading back to get my things, my mom, she called. She was like, "You got in trouble." I'm like, "Yeah, I got in trouble." She was like, "Well, whatever you do, don't watch TV." And I'm thinking, oh my God, now what? And she said, "Just don't watch TV." I couldn't help it. And as soon as I just turned on the TV, my teammate, my quarterback, I'm hurt. I'm just hurt. But yeah, I went to jail behind the Cowboys. I love them. I love this team. I want to see us win. I want to see the youth or the people who are under our age group, that their fathers and grandfathers and uncles and older brothers, that put them onto it and talk about this prestige. Those kids who have not seen us win, those women and young folks who's not seen us win, but you see your dad with the cowboy decal and your big brother always wearing the cowboy stuff like me and you.
Yep.
And it's just like, now, instead of watching us win, you got to go rehash the glory days on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not cool. That's not cool. Not to me. It's not cool. I can't watch it.
All right. Well, Simus, we got to get together again soon.
Okay.
Maybe
no
even,
problem.
we may even need to make this a regular thing, man. Getting the pulse of a diehard true from the beginning before they were Cowboy fan, because that's you, my man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Mark. I really do.
All right. So everybody, definitely the link for Simus is right there pinned at the top. I appreciate everybody being here, being part of the show, and we'll see what shoe is next to drop for the Dallas Cowboys, because it's just crazy. Jerry Jones, we all know